here we go. We are back once again. Just wanted to kind of go back through the year, some of the highlights that I had. 2022, we're into 2023. Making this during the snowstorm once again. You can see it's still snowing out, but we got some time to do this. Good to look back on the year and things that went good and bad. A lot of time fishing, a lot of time, good times, so I had to write everything down on a piece of paper just to go back. But I just wanted to highlight some of the highlights, some of the things that I put videos up, some of the things I didn't. Going about a year back, got to spend a pretty good amount of time ice fishing, got to spend some time fishing with Denny, his son Mason, some other buddies. Had the video of the private lake we got out to. Caught a ton of fish, got some nice crappies. Blast, thanks Denny. Love me some crappies, so pretty cool. One of the things you didn't get to see is this crappie. We went back again. Probably my biggest crappie I've ever caught, and it came during the bright sunshine, which was crazy. Very cool. So super fortunate for the opportunity. The other thing that from last year, right before the ice went off, got to sight fish for crappies, something I've never done before. Super cool thing to do, to sit there and hold your bait there and watch them come up and grab it. You know, it's like one-on-one versus the fish for sure. It was very, very cool thing. Appreciated the opportunity. Hope I'll get a chance this winter, spring, to do it again, because that was a very, very cool thing. Crazy that they're just sticking to little weed areas, but super happy to be able to do such a thing. And then rolled right over into crappie fishing. I put out the video about springtime crappie fishing, what I do, what I look for, and once again we got into some real good crappies. Couple stable lakes that we've hit here before, and this year I got a pretty good amount of time. I spent a pretty good amount of time fishing, sight fishing for crappies, and I caught some real big ones. I don't think I put the video up, but here's a couple snidbits of a couple big ones that I caught. It's very, very cool. Love this. Once again, you're just right there looking at the fish and watching them come up and grab it is very cool. Definitely one-on-one with the crappies. Then we roll right over into springtime fishing. Got a chance for a Mille Lacs / walleye trip, which was fun. Caught some walleyes. It was a little more challenging than what we thought, but then we pulled up on some of these smallmouth there on Mille Lacs that were on beds, and that was a blast. Got to put our buddy Bollies on a couple of smallies like that. And then that rolled right over into another part of the spring, which once again I had another video of showing some more of the sunken wrecks out on Minnetonka. That was another real cool highlight that I got to show, some of those wrecks down there on Minnetonka. You know, I did destroy one GoPro camera, but it was cool to show some of these wrecks. One of the ones was a bunch of these things looked like man-made down there that people had dropped over on the west side of the lake. It's cool to put the camera down there and see actually what it was. That was cool, and it rolled right over into tournament bass season. Tournament bass season was a really good year, for sure. It had its ups and downs. I wish the Greenhorn Tour, we signed up again for it this year. Kyle's not going to be able to fish most of them with me since he's big time. He's out fishing down south right now. I think it's tournament day, starts tomorrow, but tournament practice. But Buddy Rick's coming back in. Hopefully we can hang with those guys. But 3 wins last year. We had that unbelievable day on Green Lake. Definitely a highlight. Those fish must have just shown up on those deep spots, those deep rocks. And we put it to them. It was pretty crazy. Been very fortunate on Green Lake the last however many years. It's always been a thorn in my side. We've had some really good times there, but if you're not on them, it can get bad in a hurry. But size-wise, cool. Started off with that cool, just bring Trevor in there, the hammer, the kid, go and win out on goose, and then Independence, where I haven't been in like 15, 20 years, to go out there again and win once again. Very cool. And we rolled it right over into the championship. Well, we won Angler Team of the Year again. Very cool. Very fortunate, just to pair it up like that. And then our last tournament was on Minnetonka, and once again, heartbreaker. We got second on Minnetonka. Second championship that we got second at 2 years in a row. Tonka very highly pressured. It's been a few years, but we had a chance to fish the Denny's Super 30 on Minnetonka again. Split the time with Kyle Shuda and Chris Amiot, and took a couple partners. Me and Kyle fished a couple in the summer, and the last one, me and my buddy Chad just squeaked into a check. We ended up second for Anglers of the Year. Kyle and Chris are so good there in the spring for them to just go out there and hammer it out. I never shot any videos. Tonka's fishing really weird. Pretty crazy as to what was happening, but there's still some good days. That championship out on Minnetonka, we ended up just getting on a stretch of docks, and it was like absolutely loaded. It was ridiculous. It's like all the fish that hadn't bit in a long time also loaded up on the stretch of docks. And even on that last one, like a week or two later for the Denny's one, to make it even crazier, those docks didn't pay off, and we started out on some weeds, and we caught 5-pounder, which was like the second biggest fish for that day out on for the Denny's there in September. But we started out on a weed line and just started running that. It was just funny that another thing that fishing the weeds just started biting and bit out there all summer. You had to do a bunch of weird things. Tonka's in a real weird spot. But there's still those days where you can catch them, where they are up on docks and they are out in the weeds, and you can have a phenomenal day. Those days aren't gone, but it's a lot harder. You definitely got to beat your head against the wall to try to figure out some things. So that was cool. Be that close on Minnetonka. We've had some okay times on Minnetonka. I've won a boat as an amateur. We've won a little bit of money. We've had some good ones. We had a good finish for the Blackfish. I had a good finish before for the Minnetonka Classic in the spring, fishing for spawners. Me and my buddy Chad did. So I've had some good times out there, but most of the time it's been pretty tough times. Some great fishermen have come through that circuit as well, so it's cool to be that close to Anglers of the Year, even though it was kind of a group effort for that whole deal. I don't think I'm going to be able to fish it again this year with what I got going on, which puts me into this year. Once again, I'm signed up for all the classic basses, and we kind of had an up and down one. Once again, we hung on for the first one, and then we also highlight of the year was that Vermilion tournament for Kyle to tell me, about the hair jig bite, and for me to catch him like that was pretty cool. That was very, very fortunate. It's cool to be right up there, but heartbreaking when you're so close to hanging on to winning, and then just completely fall off the mat for the second half. But that's what that Champs Tour is all about. So we had some highlights. I think we figured out some things. That Vermilion was definitely the highlight of the Champs Tour. Great circuit to fish it. And then the other highlights that I had was, we'll show a couple snippets. I never showed anything. No video of my uncle and I on Mille Lacs. Was an absolute blast this fall. Once again, we hammered some big ones for him to catch this double. A 6.5-pounder once again broke his big fish for smallies again out on Mille Lacs, and I don't know how many we got.
6.4. It's kind of moving around a little bit.
Oh yeah, here's my little one.
5. Yeah, let's say 5.5.
5.5.
Yeah.
Baby.
Yeah, that's still a nice fish though too. Look at that thing.
Yeah.
That day we caught a whole ton of fish, from 3 to
that 6.5 pounder. There's a lot in that 3 1/4 to 4.5 pound range. No big. We cut that big one, and then a 5.5, and the rest were like 3 pounds to like 4.5, 4 3/4. So that bigger size range that day was not there, but groups wise, it was pretty cool. That was definitely a highlight. And then to end the year, I showed a couple of videos of live scoping some crappies, and that was another highlight. It was cool dropping down on them. But fall bass fishing wasn't the hottest. That's why we didn't get some. Ooh, wait, no. We had these. This video I never showed. Fall cranking. Absolute blast. Got in one crankbait bite and had a couple phenomenal days where I got out of work early, or else I had a Saturday off, and absolutely hammered them. It was unreal. Caught a bunch of big ones. Still not sure if I'm going to show a video of that, but absolutely hammered on them. Got on that one bite in the fall, but my normal big fish lakes did not go. River bites did not go. So fall bass fishing was sad besides that Mille Lacs thing and this crank and bite. Definitely the highlights of the year. Another year. I so enjoyed 2022. We're into 2023. Starting off with a bunch of snow. Had to go through all of my videos and look through my logs to see 2022, to go back through it all, because you get out fishing. It was definitely a blast. So here's to 2023. Thanks for watching. There'll be more videos. See you in the next one.